For generations, people left Europe with almost nothing. Irish, English, Scottish, not chasing adventure, but escaping a system that decided who they were allowed to become. Land was owned by the few, work was endless, and no matter how hard you labored, the class you were born into was the class you died in. So they crossed the ocean to North America, to Canada, to the United States. They came chasing something simple: land, freedom, and the chance to shape their own destiny with their own hands. But the dream came with a cost. These weren't gentle landscapes. Winters were brutal, supplies were scarce, and many never survived long enough to see the life they imagined. In places like this, survival came down to a few essentials: shelter, food, and heat. Fire wasn't comfort, it wasn't ambience. Fire was life. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jonathan, and this is Us Off Grid. We just went through a cold patch that made us realize that we just need to do a little bit more work to keep it nice and warm in the house. We went through about 5 days over the holidays that were about minus 20 with the real feels even colder than that, and that's Celsius. So in certain parts of the house, you could really feel the cold, and then we had the warm spots, and I found that we were really hanging out in those. So we've got this new-ish but older century stove here. It's been sitting in a barn. Got covered with some chicken manure and whatnot, and it's rusted, and needs a little bit of love. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give her a scrub, give her a sanding, try to get the door off, glass out, and reseal anything. Try to make it airtight again, and see if we can get this in the house and warm up the spot of the house where the heat has a hard time getting to. Candle wax on there. All right, well, just gave her a scrub up. It's already looking better. Let the wind just dry it off for a bit, and then when my son gets home, we'll carry it in, and then I'll try to dry it off better, and hopefully I can start sanding this back. Small but heavy. Small but heavy. for a 60. Well, I got a good sand on it last night, but I still got some rough spots on there. I got to sand it down some more. I got kicked out. Nikki was making dinner, so I was kicking up too much dust. So I am out sanding it on the deck. I'm just going to throw a time lapse of it because it's kind of fiddly work. Anyways, let's get to it. So I've got her sanded pretty good. It's all nice and smooth. There's still a bit of pitting on the top right there, but that'll be all right. It's looking a lot better than it was yesterday. So now I'm gonna start painting, but I think first I'm just gonna get this taped up, and then I'll probably just get a bit of cardboard and just tape around that thing there with all the distances and all that for installation, and then do the first coat of paint, and then I'll have to start working on the door, get the glass out, get it cleaned up and resealed. shake vigorously for 1 minute. Never done this before, so I'm going to start with the back. Supposed to hold it about 10 inches away when you spray it. So, anyways, see how we go. I don't want to get too much in the first pass. Alright, so I got the first base coat done. I'm going to let it sit for 15 minutes. And then you can do your second coat. I think I got a little bit vigorous in some spots. You can see a little bit of pooling here, a couple spots up here. Hopefully that'll be alright. I will be hitting it again, but I think it's already looking really good. Starting to come back to life. I love it. Beautiful. It's black again, babe. Be careful with that. Oof. It's missing the I'll put some new stuff in this in once I put it in. Get that looking nice again. Okay, well, stove's looking good. I gave her a little touch up yesterday, like last night, and almost immediately our cat Mittens jumped on it and got a bunch of sawdust. So this morning I had to clean it off and give it another touch up, but I got all her footprints off, which is pretty good. It's looking really nice. But we got about six above today, and it's raining, and our driveway's turned deadly, so I actually got to go out and get some sand and salt. And then when I get back, I'll start working on this again. So I'm gonna try to drive down this. It's a pretty steep, long driveway, and that's pure ice with some water on it. But it's like getting down to -3 Celsius within a few hours. So the temperature's gonna plummet, and that's gonna turn this right into an ice rink. So if I don't get out now and get back, throw a bunch of salt to put holes in it, but also sand for grip, could even be worse. So anyways, I'm hoping I can get out of here without driving in the ditch. Here goes nothing. For spikes on tires. Well, made it out. It wasn't too bad actually, and it's really a testament to these spikes that are on these tires. First time we've ever gotten winter tires that have the spikes on them. They're legal here. I think we have to have the tires off that have spikes on them by May or April, I can't remember. But yeah, man, they work great. Well, we couldn't get back up, but we got close. We'll get her sorted one way or another. Put a little ash on there, just gives a little bit of extra cleaning power.
Oh, shoot. I wonder if I can get this. This is a lot waterier than I think it would be. Let's try it there to start, I guess. I'm just going to let that dry for about 15 minutes before I try to continue on. Good.
Well, guys, I got her cleaned up, sanded, painted. I got the glass all freshened up. I got a gasket seal around there to make this thing airtight again. Everything's vacuumed on the inside. Got rid of all the rust. I think it looks like a brand new stove. It looks wicked. I was really hoping to have this video out for you guys Friday, but I didn't realize it takes 24 hours of the paint sealing before you can have it hooked up. So I was like, okay, we'll have to wait for Saturday. And then when I did a final paint, our lovely cat here, Mittens, there she is. She jumped up and put her paw prints all over it and had sawdust from off the deck where I've been working and implanted that into the paint. So I had to get that all clean and repaint the whole top, which really sucked. And also today we want to get the chimneys installed, but we've got gusts of winds that are just coming and going crazy, so we can't really get those chimneys and the brackets installed safely up there today, or at least I wouldn't let my son come up and help on a day like this. So that'll be part of Wednesday's video. Wednesday we got a video coming out of doing a pig butcher, and what we'll also do is the chimney install and see how this thing runs. This thing's supposed to heat up 600 square feet. So this is mainly for around the living room area and where the plumbing comes in and where the battery storage is. So anyways, if you guys want to see that, stop by Wednesday. Other than that, I hope you guys had a great time. This was a fun project. I actually really enjoyed this, and I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. Anyways, have a great one. This is Us Off Grid. If you guys liked the video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and tell us about where you're from. If you guys have any interesting wood stove stories that you want to share, throw them down in the comments. See you guys.